All right, let me get the stoke meter. We'll be at you in a minute, everybody. All right, see ya. What's up, everybody? So we didn't get to everybody's questions earlier today. Had a lot of fun doing that. So we thought we'd take the boat for a spin through the canal here in the Back Bay area. We didn't get to everybody's questions earlier today. So anyway, had a lot of fun doing that. I guess ride with us. We're just gonna go as long as the laptop battery holds. So I'm thinking try and get your questions in 20-30 minutes. All right, peace. I guess ride with us. We're just gonna go as long as the laptop battery holds.
Yeah, West up. We're back in the building. It's my lovely lady.
Hello.
Miss Sarah, West Side Rider Queen.
Yeah, West up.
Back in the building. My lovely lady. Miss Sarah. You ready? West Side Rider Queen. Back in the building. My lovely lady. You ready? West Side Rider Queen. It's a beautiful thing, ain't it? Beautiful thing, ain't it? Yeah, we're going up front or in the back with this camera? Well, I say we just put the camera right here. Shoot it back at us. Whatever you want. You guys sick? Alright, y'all been sending some questions in. Adam's gonna man this vehicle while we mob through the streets of Newport Beach. Alright, y'all been sending some questions. I have my lovely girlfriend read some questions for us. While we mob through the streets of Newport Beach. Having some technical difficulties. Hold on. My lovely girlfriend read some questions for us. Alright, fire away. I'm gonna find which ones are legit first. Alright, fire away.
Randall, what is the 23 all about? From Biz.
Well, I'm glad you asked, Biz. For those of you that aren't in the know, West Side Riders, and 23 is the 23rd letter, the W, the most important letter in the alphabet.
Randall, what up? Do you surf too? From B.
Somebody asked if I surf. I surfed a little bit. I didn't surf, I grew up like 2.5 miles from the beach, but or actually like a mile from the beach, and I never surfed. I just skated my whole life, and I just learned when I was 23. I started surfing, and I just do it occasionally, man. It's fun. It's good exercise.
Alright, so everybody's actually asking for you to crank up those tunes. They want to see what system we're working with in this access boat. I'm not sure if you want to give them a demo or not.
I don't think this computer is equipped to handle that magnitude, because it's gonna, we're on stoke meter, but that's gonna be like a 10 on the ghetto meter, so.
Alright.
Well, while she's finding some questions, I want to let you guys know that I'm going to be doing a demo, like a super kicker jam at the Fontana Raceway. It's a NASCAR race going on October 8th through the 11th. So if you're in town, come peep it out. What else do we got here?
They want to see you ride, and they're asking about 31. C equals 3, A equals 1.
People want a demo? I would love to do a demo right here, but I think some yacht club affiliates might get a little upset. We're just cruising right now, soaking it all in. This is CA all day for sure.
Jordan RS wants to know how much weight you run in that boat, in this boat.
I run, I'm just gonna say a lot. I run a lot of weight. I run the standard ballast plus the plug and play ballast, and then I throw a little extra in there, and then have a bunch of friends usually, plus a 150-pound Mastiff. So thanks, Slumpin', no doubt.
Yeah, Mastiff definitely put some weight in there. Wild Eyes wants to know, Randall, if you've experimented with the wake kite at all.
No, I've never ridden a wake kite, but I've seen them out there on the lake, like out at Canyon Lake and stuff a few times. And my homie Mike Murphy, I've seen him playing around with that, and it looks pretty fun.
Alright, and how many rock stars do you go through a day, Maurice? Hey Maurice, what's up? Oh,
honestly, it's kind of a problem. I'm up to like 2 or 3 big guys a day on average. But hey, man, I got them stacked up. What do you expect?
JB wants to know, what do you ride at for speed and length with that ballast?
I ride at speed is anywhere from like 27 to 30 depending on the boat, but on this boat I usually ride like 28 miles per hour and 90-foot rope or 93-foot rope, depending on what I'm doing that day.
Alright. Keeter Skeeter, when can I get the new company set up? The bindings are sick.
We're going to be shipping real soon. I'm hoping to be shipping and in stores by November. So go make an order. First on the list. We're going to go fast.
Jordan RS, what do you think of all the people doing rap tricks now?
That's funny. That's been a pretty big topic of conversation lately. I think it's dope. I think obviously I've always thought rap tricks are dope. Ever since I just want to give props. Everybody looks at me like I'm the guy that made rap tricks what they are, but I just want to give props to Eric Schmaltz, and shoot, Byerly, Nelson, all those dudes were doing rap tricks way back in the day. Igor, you know, all my idols were doing it, and that's, you know, where I got the idea from. And I love rap tricks, and I've always done them, and I think they're fun, but lately there's been an insurgence, obviously, of people doing them over there, like, you know, in the East Coast or wherever, just in wakeboarding in general, and it's cool, man. I'm stoked to see it. I don't think it needs to be like, you know, like it's treated like something brand new and it's been going down for a long time. I personally love rap tricks when they, you know, people stay flat and don't spin off axis. I think it's just kind of, it's definitely a lot more difficult to stay flat and do a rap trick than go off axis, and it looks more in control to me. But I'm stoked, man. I'm stoked to see people doing it. You know, I came out with the handle like 10 years ago, so finally catching on.
Have you ever ridden with Nick Gargaro? He is a sick West Coast rider? JP wants to know.
Nope, never heard of him. But we are prospecting. We're about to begin prospecting for West Side riders. So everybody that thinks they're tight, or they got a tight homie, or somebody thinks they're legit, you know, get at us, holler at us on Twitter or something, let us know, get you in the lineup, see if you get hanging.
Big B is asking, why is your dog such an a-hole? Sure, that's your nephew, don't
Big
talk
B.
about him like that.
Shout out to Big B, it's my brother.
Are you going to show off the top of your board, Dave wants to know.
Oh.
Do it.
Hell. I told y'all weren't ready for it all at one time. But you guys probably calm down since the last time, you know what I'm saying?
I'll turn away from the sun. I'll try and be a good videographer here.
And driver?
Yeah, videographer / driver.
Oh, Ricky G saying, what up, everybody?
Shout out to my homie Ricky G, OGRG, West Side in the building. I showed you the bottom before.
Is it in view?
Nah, before I show you the top, I just want you guys to know this is the board I ride every day. And kind of looks like a billboard at this moment, but there we go. That's the company.
Scoot back a little.
Company wakeboard. I don't know what you guys can see right now, but wow.
That's good, yeah.
There it is. Take a picture. Yeah, up close. So I'm pretty pumped, man. These things are gonna be in stores November, hopefully. Check it. Get on one, give it a test ride, you know, if you're skeptical. Matter of fact, do it at the same time you test drive an Axis.
Oh, let's go. I hear it's fast boat day.
Yeah. We'll race you here a little bit, okay?
Farley wants to know, I wakeboard and wake surf. Will the boat put out a good wave to surf? Doing any underwater lead transom lights? Are you?
Yeah, I've never actually wake surfed, but I've pulled a couple friends and they love it. Maybe Adam would like to talk about that and the lights.
Yeah, so the wake surf wake, there's definitely a ton of people wanting to know. It's a growing sport, and basically, sound like a broken record, I guess, but the way I describe it is maybe the most similar wake would be the Wake Setter LSV, if you're familiar with that wake, but it's long and green when the wedge is up. The plug-and-play system, to me, is sufficient. Like, even if you don't have a ton of people in the boat, the plug-and-play system gets you where you need to be. So, like, if you're looking at ordering one of these, even if you're not hardcore wakeboarder, I recommend the plug-and-play. Maybe even more for surfing than anything. It's just really nice, you know, to be able to fill up the sacks automatically and not have everybody hanging off the side of the boat or whatever. When the wedge is down, it shortens it up, but it also steepens it up. So, like, if you're practicing spins and you need a little more boost into the wave, then maybe put the wedge down. But if you're just kind of relaxing, then maybe keep the wedge up.
Can I turn the volume down on this thing somehow, Adam?
I don't know.
We'll ask if we can turn the volume down. No.
We have no idea how to turn the volume down. I guess we're having some crack-a-lacking. We got a crack-a-lacking up in here, dude.
Alright, I got another question. Craig, Randall, aside from you, who do you believe are the biggest air riders out there? Aside from you.
Well, I would have to say that my boy Ricky G keeps it West Coast big all the time. For girls, I think Melissa does the most legit tricks, the biggest. Nicola obviously throws down, she does some big things too. But let me think, other than that, obviously Lyman does some big, he does a lot of big tricks. I'd say consistently Lyman does more big tricks than anybody else. And then Benny G does some big stuff, super legit, dope. Bruce Lee type maneuvers.
Let's put the camera back.
Everybody does some big things, but yeah. I guess we're relocating.
We're gonna relocate, party people. Sorry for the cracking.
Where would you like me to go?
You stay right there.
You want to put it in the cup holder again?
Yep.
Hey, are we still getting a bunch of crackling?
It says fix the crackling. That's what Dave's telling us.
Just fixed it.
Oh, we fixed it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah, that's right. All right, what next, everybody? We're far enough from the mic now.
Was that the dilemma? We're not a bunch of Poindexters that sit
Hey,
around in
look,
front of a
man.
computer all day, alright? This is our office.
These guys got it together. The Axis drives itself. Yes, the Axis does drive itself. We were working on that for a long time. It's really intelligent. It's going to navigate through these huge yachts. It's not a problem.
Autopilot. Just got some new shoes the other day. What do you guys think?
Diesel asked, how's the Goofy surf wake on the 822? I ride Goofy, and honestly, it's really good. I know a lot of times, I guess the Goofy side more than not will be a little bit more washed out, and you don't really get that. Maybe to prove that, check out one of the YouTube videos, like 2 videos back that we did. That was Goofy that I was surfing there, so like just take a look at it and see what you think.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Getting a lot of noise.
All right, since Randall is a pioneer, what is the most significant moment in wake history?
What is the
Serious.
most significant moment in wake history?
It's deep.
I'd say, wow, there'd have to be 2. That was the day Greg Nelson was born and the day Scott Byerly were born.
Hey Randall, what's it like to be a 2-time Rider of the Year?
Not as good as 3-time. So I'm gonna work on that. But it's dope, man. It's dope to be honored for what you do. I put my passion, and everything into this. I put my whole life into it, my heart, man. I work really hard, and it's good to see that people recognize my art for what it is. Boarding definitely has, it's a really it's a legit industry, man. I'm fortunate to be able to work with all the people I work with, and the fans are awesome. Fans are loyal.
Gotilla, great question. Glad you asked it. Been waiting all day for somebody to ask me this one. So a plane's on a conveyor belt. Conveyor belt is moving the same speed as the plane because it's got a little tracking device. Can the plane take off? No, it cannot. Because if that were the case, the plane is technically standing still and you would not get the lift characteristics that the wing needs in order to take off. Great question. Really appreciate that. Very pertinent.
Translate that. earlier. I
What
was like, wait, that was a long question. I felt like I was in physics.
Physics?
Yeah, Big Spence. See, Big Spence secretly gave me the answer to that. I didn't even come up with that.
Ah, Big
No.
Spence pilot. Shout out to Big Spence. Little Spence.
Little spin.
Big words. Mythbuster, that's right. We are probably going to do some myth busting here, maybe even this winter, on some pretty fun wakeboarding, commonly asked questions and myths out there. So why doesn't the boat have side windshields? I'm going to ask you this. Why does a boat have side windshields, right? You know, we're not trying to just be goofy with the style when we came up with this. In fact, I'll tell you kind of the history. Danny Gasper, design genius for Malibu boats. When we were doing the Corvette boat, it's got power windows. If you haven't seen it, you can automatically roll the windows up and down on the sides. So it too is a cornerless or wingless windshield. Through that development, we noticed that you don't get any extra blow around inside the boat, and that was really the impetus for doing what we did here. But the style lines of this boat are kind of created after the F-22 Raptor, and you know, we thought that the wingless windshield had a ton of utility. If anybody on here that's used it, I mean, don't take my word for it, listen to what they have to say, but when you're pulling up to a dock, being able to grab that seriously, it's not just a gimmick. I mean, it really does make a difference. When you're talking to the rider, big difference. So first and foremost, it's got some function and utility. Secondly, yeah, getting in and out of the boat. Secondly, it does have, you know, there's a perspective of the style lines that we wanted to maintain. So, I hope I answered that. Ah, that's right. Look where the Vandal sets his arm. I mean, you just can't do that in any boat. Thanks for the props, Ricky G. Definitely, man. Ricky spent a lot of hours in the Axis, and so again, don't take my word for it. Take it from somebody like Ricky G. You ain't gonna question him. You might question me. You're not gonna question RG.
That's right.
Chase from Toronto, are heaters an option? Absolutely. You know, we looked at the option list, and we're trying our best to give you everything that we feel is necessary, you know, again, for function on this boat. So things like heaters and, you know, stereo options and swivel racks and all that sort of stuff are definitely available.
I know they kept asking about the music. Did you tell them about how it has that iPod?
Yeah, we can crank it up.
Just that, well, how it has that. How
We
this
can't
boat
crank
can
it up. We're kind of in
iPod
a
in there.
we're in a posh area of town. Probably not the best idea to crank up the tunes. My bad. Come on, Randall, please, just one set.
Hey, if y'all pay for the tickets, man, we'll get in the soup. But I just got pulled over like 3 times the other day, and I got 6 tickets in one day. So I'm not really gonna be pushing it right now. I'm gonna keep it on the under.
Randall, where do you get your tats from?
Okay, we kind of talked about this earlier, but for y'all that weren't watching, man, this is a very common question I get everywhere I go. I get all my tattoos done at a place called Monkey Wrench Tattoo in Santa Rosa, California. My tattoo artist's name is Joe Leonard. He is the man. Get online, check it out. If you want some dope ink, man, hit him up. He's a cool cat.
Colby, if I had a WSR sticker on my Jeep back in 2001, does that make me a member?
Definitely not. I talked about this earlier too. We're doing a whole restructuring, you know, we're making an official action sports club. Ain't gonna be no playing around. We're gonna do prospecting, and obviously the OGs are the OGs, but it's gonna be a mandatory tattoo and everything. But you're only allowed to get the tattoo if you're a member. Sanctum. So there's a lot of people out there with some crazy WSR tattoos.
King wants you to throw up a West Side G style.
it gets bad. We'll save that for the end of the show.
That's the closing. That's closing. You can't just go throwing that out. Hate that for you, Jeremy. Yeah, there's a lot of companies, military out there blocking stoke meter. You guys gotta submit.
What?
Yeah, you gotta submit to your IT department that stoke meter is legit.
Haters. Stoke meter, thank you for letting us do this.
Definitely. Okay, so we've had the same question a couple of times. How many color options? Good question. You got 6 different base colors that you can choose from, 4 different gel coat schemes. Probably the best way, instead of yapping about it, is just get on our website and take a look. Adam Perez is hooking that site up and making it better and better every day. So accesswake.com, and you can see exactly what the boats can look like with different colors. Let's see.
Got any rap questions? There's some good rap questions earlier, man.
3 of all.
Alright, Big Spence, 6 more minutes of battery life for Big Spence. Alright, let's try and wrap it up like in maybe 5 minutes. Man, they want to see you freestyle so bad.
I told them earlier, I'll tell you guys, you don't want to hear me freestyle, dude. I'm not a freestyle rapper. I got no skills at all. I'm white. I know I got a lot of color on my skin. It's hard to tell, but I'm white. Trust me. I write like a mofo, though.
Biz says, tell us how you feel about the game.
The game. Oh, that's a complex answer to that one right there. But I'll try and keep it simple in that he came out hard. He came out swinging, you know, with Dr. Dre and 50 Cent, and we hadn't had anybody blow up from the West Coast in a long time. And you know, for the most part, his stuff was legit, super West Coast. I think he's like, you know, he gets off subject a little bit sometimes and goes off on some crazy tangents. He's definitely, you know, I mean, Tupac did the same thing, contradicts himself all the time, but he's good, man. He's putting out some good music. Not all good music, but he's putting out some good music. There's a lot of artists right now coming out of the West I'm pretty excited about, like Nipsey Hussle, for one, you know, G Malone, J-Rock, a lot of dudes. I'm actually kind of hyped on rap right now for the first time in a long time. My boy V-Styles holding it down in Detroit.
You listen to any Owl City?
Nope.
Who do you feel is the rawest in the game right now, rap-wise?
Rawest in the game? Wow. I mean, Nipsey Hussle's pretty hard, dude. My boy Nipsey Hussle, he's bad. But also, I don't know, dude. There's so many rappers. Jay-Z, he's always gonna be hard to me.
This
Yeah.
last album.
All right.
Jay-Z's putting it down.
Diesel, so you came to see the A22. We definitely respect that. Type in what you want to see specifically. Throw it out as, crack. Adam, could you play some country music on the boat for us right now? We want to see how Vandal handles it. For the record, not everybody from Tennessee listens to country music. I listen to old country, Waylon and Willie. I would definitely not.
Hey, I listen to country too.
Yeah.
Don't be stereotyping, please.
I ain't into the new stuff though. What's under the storage hatches? All right, Diesel, we're gonna get to your questions. Pop out a bunch of specifics about the boat, and we'll get to it. All right. So here we go. Can you see that? I'm probably crack-a-lacking again. I'm trying to speak softly. Try and get you a good view. So the plug-and-play sack is in there right now.
It's like pointing. I'm just looking at the water right now.
You got that? Tons of storage space. Whoop. So you got that on both sides. Underneath the seats. All right, so underneath the seats you got basically breathable storage. We got the other seat in the way. We don't have to sweat it, but anyway, like one thing we did with the Axis was we just felt like there's a lot of people that probably do struggle. Maybe it's in the area they live or whatever, but you know, the breathability and drying the boat out's obviously important. So one idea we had was just come up with some breathable storage. So that's kind of why the seat bases are the way they are. So yeah, check it out there. And then you got storage up in the bow, unless you do have the plug and play installed. But basically that whole bow area is storage. And then you got the OB area. And although we got a bunch of junk in there right now, that's where our sub, 2 amps, storage in there. So lots of storage.
Wake skates.
Some wake skates. What other questions?
They're just asking. They wanted you to compare. Let's see. How do I get back up?
Right there.
Oh, storage to hide the lead sacks from the popo. That is true. There is lots of storage to hide everything. Show the slide seat again. Chase
right.
from Toronto missed it.
All right. So keeping it simple, it's not that it could have been done with some sort of fancy automatic lever mechanism or whatever, but again, that's really not who we are. So this whole chair, I'll just like show you. You could put it up on the dock. If you didn't want it, you don't have to put it in the boat. But this whole thing slides along the seat. We got computer wires in the way, but anyway, if you can see what's going on here. So you just slide it forward all the way up, and then just bring it all the way back.
Okay. Yes, it will definitely hold King's whale of a girlfriend up the front. You gotta be a little nicer to your girlfriend. Is there going to be an Access/company collaboration in the near future?
I would say most definitely. Yeah, we've been talking about that. We got some things cooking, for sure.
B. So wait, let me get this straight. If I have a bandana, then I'm a triple double OG? I want to take it that far.
That's a definite negative.
On the question about company, for sure, man. I mean, I know that everybody's pumped. They've got a new energy and a new vibe, and they're kind of, I think, helping revive a market that's, I mean, we've all been beat up, you know, let's face it. So, for sure, but we're going to be looking at partnerships with a lot of companies that we feel, you know, it makes sense. And not just wakeboard companies, but people inside and outside of the industry. You know, we all took a really big hit in 08 and 09, and I think it serves everybody best, even other boat companies, to just rally together. I mean, obviously you guys are on stokemeter.com, so you're going to be a wakeboarder most likely, so you know what it's all about. So we're going to be looking at partnerships wherever they make sense.
Who are other riders you're talking to ride with Access? Craig wants to know.
Well, we're definitely not short on interest, is the great news. But you know what, right now, I think from a business perspective, it's probably best to just hold and know that the people we pick are going to represent our brand, they're going to live it, and there's definitely an evaluation that's going to happen. About 5 more minutes.
Approximately how many Access boats were retailed by dealers in 09? J-Man wants to know.
J-Man, all right. You know what? I'm going to answer that. And maybe I shouldn't. I don't even know, but I'll answer it because
You really want to answer that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's an exciting number. We're the fastest growing inboard boat brand in the world. In 9 months, we produced, and just like Malibu, we don't build a boat unless it's a sold boat. And we produced about 110 boats. So exciting stuff for sure. 9 months.
That's a big number.
Yeah,
Check it.
Here.
About to bone out, folks, so hit us with the questions if you got them. Would you say, Biz said, would you say Axis is the Tupac of the boating industry? Of course it is.
Most definitely.
Of course it is. Alright,
Well, while he's looking for the next pertinent question, before we go, again, email us if you've got questions about who your nearest dealer is. Get online, axiswake.com. Email research@axiswake.com. Basically, we'll be sure and get you hooked up. I know that earlier this morning there were a lot of questions about whether we're selling abroad yet in the international market. And I think one guy from Ontario was looking for the nearest dealer. The answer is yes, for sure. We'll make you a boat right now. It's not an issue, but we're in the process, like in the European market, we are in the process of building that dealer network. Same thing about Australia and New Zealand. I mean, we're going to be everywhere. There's no doubt about it. As far as Canada, we already have a very strong presence in Canada. But any specific location, if you aren't familiar with who the nearest dealer is, email us and we'll get you linked up.
yes, sir. Oh yeah, Ricky G was just reminding me, we don't have a date set yet, but Ricky and I are going to be doing another Stoke meter here pretty soon, so keep checking back at the site and we'll let you know when it's going down.
Cool.
Ready to bone out?
I think it's time.
Alright then, you guys are done hearing us.
Thanks again for Maurice and StokeMeter.com. Love what you're doing. We're here in the Quicksilver boat, so we didn't really talk this afternoon about the Quick partnership, but you're going to see some really cool things coming from Axis, Quick, Alliance, that partnership. You got any shout outs?
Yeah, check out thisisvandal.com. This is spelled with a Z. Thisisvandal.com, go peep it. Companywake.com. Shout out to all the homies, you know, Eddie, Jacob Valdez, what's up? And West Side in your mouth. Peace.
Yo, all right. Figure out how to close down.